City Council meeting to order September 16th, 2025, 5:30 PM. Kathy, please give me a roll call.
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Campbell.
Here.
Councilman Broussard.
Here.
Councilman Broussard.
Here.
Councilman Places.
Present.
Councilman Hardy.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Having a quorum present, I will ask everyone to stand for the prayer and the pledge. I will ask Councilman Places to lead us in a prayer, please.
Let's pray in unison. Our Father.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Thank you. And for the pledge, can I have the queens in the audience come up to the front, please? Say hello, you state your name, and then I'm going to ask the three of you in unison to lead us in the pledge.
Hi, my name is Isabel Duet. I'm the 75th Louisiana Cattle Festival Queen.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm the 2025 Dev Cattle Festival Queen. Hi, I'm Lily LeBlanc, and I'm the 2025
Welcome.
Congratulations.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we get started, I have actually two amendments to the agenda. Well, one's an amendment and one's just a statement. So I am looking for an amendment.
I will motion to amend the agenda to add discussion and possible action pertaining to emergency repairs of the switch at the Pete Noel Electrical Substation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, I need a unanimous approval in order to amend the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda is amended. We're going to add that as item number 10 to be handled at the end of the meeting. Also, at the very end of the meeting, we had an executive session that we thought we would need. The attorneys did not make it to the meeting, and we don't think we need it. So we will not be doing executive session at the end of the meeting. So that's going to come off. So we will be adjourning after topics for discussion. Okay. That being said, we're going to move on. House rules for anyone who hasn't been here. House rules are all agenda items. Well, first of all, we are live streaming as required by law. We ask that when you speak, you come to the front, you face the council, you state your name for the record, and then you can proceed with your public comments. The camera is here. It does pan all over. I'm going to remind our city attorney that his voice picks up on the speaker, so be careful what you say. Other than that, council, your mics are hot to allow for anyone in the audience to be able to hear what the comments are from the council and for myself. 3 minutes. We ask you to limit any items, any comments on agenda items to 3 minutes and any presentations to 7 minutes. Once your item of business is taken care of, you are allowed to leave. We just ask that you do so quietly. You can leave out of this door, but you cannot re-enter out of it, or you can leave out the lobby. That being said, we will roll on public comments. Are there any public comments about any agenda items prior to the start of the meeting? You'll also be able to make public comments during the agenda items. Hearing none, we'll move on. Minutes and approval of bills and budget reports. Item number 1, to approve the minutes from the August 5th, 2025 committee meeting.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, to ratify bills paid in the month of August 2025.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3, to approve August 2025 budget to actual report.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. New business, item number 1, to enter into a public hearing to discuss an amendment to the ordinance initially introduced at August 5th, 2025 regular city council meeting regarding an ordinance to reapportion the city council districts in accordance with federal and state law. Need a motion? Do I have a second to enter into a public hearing? Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? We are now in a public hearing to discuss the an amendment to the ordinance initially introduced August 5th, 2025, regular city council meeting regarding an ordinance to reapportion the city council districts in accordance with federal and state law. This is the hearing. This is the appropriate time for you to make any comments to the council. Are there any public comments about this in this hearing, about this agenda item? Anybody want to stand up and make a public comment? A new public comment? Ms. Mitchell, you have the floor if you'd like to state something new that we haven't heard.
Well, this is a new day.
Yes, ma'am.
So the new agenda, right? So everybody that hear me last time. Hi, my name is Marilyn Mitchell. How are y'all today? I'm so happy to be here at the city council meeting. I looked at the agenda and I'm here to take and say, no, I do not approve the map because of the deviation was fine, but the proportion of District D is 67%, which we don't need a 67% map. We just need where we be able to take and dilute it where we all can have the opportunity to run the other districts. So I appreciate the council's hard work. I appreciate everything that y'all are doing to take and make everything fine for the city of Abbeville. But I just want to put it on the record that I oppose the new map because it's very hard for me to see. Anyway, I thank y'all very much, but I'm still gonna be looking at racial gerrymandering in District D.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comment.
Yes.
Christian, do you have the map? I know they didn't come. You haven't pulled it up. You don't have it up.
Yeah, we use Taco.
Yes, ma'am.
I do appreciate all the work that you all did also, like Mrs. Mitchell said. But I do object to the map because the map that we presented wasn't taken into consideration. We started off with 67% black votes. In District D, you wind up with 67.5%. So that's 5.5 more than what we had. So it's like packing, and it needs to be unpacked. So there'll be equal voting power in all districts, and that's my objection.
Thank you. Any other public comments?
Do you want to see the numbers or just the map? Both.
Ask the attorney. Okay. All right. Any other comments?
Is it time for folks to give us the amendment?
No, this is Bort, city attorney. Council has a question.
No, if there's any.
Just for public comments on the hearing.
There's no more public comment.
I see that Councilman Plaisance has a comment.
I was impressed this afternoon by Marilyn, you and others that were doing a registration, getting people registered to vote. And I think that when you look at the map, the issue is more or less, in my opinion, getting people out to vote regardless of where they're located. That's been a problem in our city, the low turnout in voting. So I would just like to encourage, even though you may not agree with the map that's been decided on, that you emphasize on your districts throughout the city, that people will really get out and vote want to be represented. That's the way to be represented. Have your voice heard by voting. Thank you.
I concur. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to reconvene the regular council meeting for public, from the public hearing. Motion and a second. Any questions and comments on that? If not, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion is passed and meeting is reconvened. We are now back in our regular city council meeting. And item number 3 is to vote on an amendment to the ordinance initially introduced at August 5th, 2025 regular city council meeting regarding an ordinance to reapportion the city council districts in accordance with federal and state law, which ordinance was made as part of the packet to the August 5th, 2025 agenda.
So this is,
Motion and a second on the floor.
so this is the agenda item that is placed, 3 and 4, based on us putting it back on the agenda due to some citizens' concerns about being able to express an opinion on the maps that were introduced at the last meeting. So it's really just a formality of going back and cleaning up the timeline, so to speak, procedurally. So what we need now is a motion to amend the ordinance that was initially introduced at the August 5th meeting.
And we have a motion and a second.
Number three,
Hold on 1 second, because I don't want another procedural mistake. The motion right now is for them to amend the ordinance with no specific language other than exactly as it reads on the agenda. Is that the correct motion that they need to make?
That's correct.
And so now we need to take a vote on that motion first,
That's
correct?
That's correct.
Everybody understand? Right? Any other questions or comments? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously. Number 4, to vote to adopt the amended ordinance to reapportion the city council districts in accordance with state and federal law. Board, before a motion is made, they need to state a specific map that they're proposing the revision to make,
I think we've done that with the amendment that was done at the last meeting.
but it does not hurt whoever makes the motion to say which map they're proposing, correct?
I do move, and that map will be D2.
Okay, a motion has been made. Do I have a second? Okay, so right now I have a vote to adopt the amended ordinance to reapportion city council districts in accordance with state and federal law. And that amendment is map D2 and ordinance D2, which outlines
The amendment, the map reflects the ordinance.
correct. And the ordinance outlines.
Originally, there was an
boundaries.
ordinance introduced that was presented to the council. Council advised to go back and work on the map again. What was passed here tonight was a vote to amend that ordinance
Mhm.
that passed. And now this is the vote to adopt that amended ordinance.
Okay. Any questions about what the motion is?
I think
You want to make a statement? I'm gonna let you. So we have a motion and a second. Floor is open. State your name and you can make your comment.
Raven St. Julian.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
And
you.
just for clarification for it, so we're voting on D2?
D2.
You're voting on D2,
They are, not me.
not you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
D2, and will that be presented to the state for the legal part of it? You taking that map with you to court?
If it passes, then that gets sent to Secretary of State, Clerk of Court, Register of Voters.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? None? I'm gonna do roll call vote one more time, starting with A and ending in D. Right, and then in all, at large. Okay, A, Councilman Carter. Councilman Plazois. Trying to do it the same way every time. Councilman Plazois.
No.
Okay. Councilman Broussard.
Yes.
Councilwoman Broussard.
Yes.
Councilman Campbell.
yes.
All right, so I have 4 yeas, 1 nay, motion passes. Whew. All right, number 5, discussion and possible action pertaining to security for the Louisiana Cattle Festival. Who's going to be speaking on behalf of, Chief, you want to lead and Ms.
I'd
Garrett
like to start
follow
off with
or?
security part, yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
The mayor, the
Mike,
sheriff, and I met today to discuss security for the cattle festival. Looks like it's all lined up. The sheriff's office will be helping us out with video and providing extra officers. So we're ready for the cattle festival.
I'll move that we provide security for the Louisiana cattle.
Second. All right, motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Ms. Karen, would you like to speak for a second?
Sure.
First of all, thank you for letting me be here today. Our 75th year is in full swing, 77 years, 75 years of having our cattle festival. We have a lot of exciting things this year, trying to bring it back to the dairy roots. We're doing, for our parade, Bluebell has sponsored us. So we are, and myself and our board are going to be at the end of the parade handing out Bluebell ice cream, parade route, along with festival memorabilia. How we're closing out our festival, this is real cattle. A cattle drive down Concord. That is how we're gonna close out our festival at 2:30 on Sunday. And we're calling it a cattle drive / parade of champions. They're tame cows. It's from the people that are showing their cows the weekend before, the winners of that. And so that is how we're gonna close out our festival. We have a lot, we're actually gonna close our festival earlier this year, we're not going to midnight. Nothing good happens after 10:30, so we are, closing our festival each night at 10:30 on Friday night and Saturday night, and we're gonna close it out on Sunday at 2:30. Again, thank y'all so much for your continued support, hope to see all of you there, and remember, we need one of you to participate in our rib eating contest on Saturday, so.
I volunteered for it to be one of the councils since I did it already. I did come back second
That's
place,
right.
but, I'm a little worried about this year.
Before you move,
Nominate Chris.
will the cattle festival
I think Councilman Clay's also gonna do
to your choice?
it.
Will the cattle festival ever attempt to get back to originality as in the fair? A lot of people ask that, and I think that's missing. In the opinions of others, I'm sharing the calls and the text messages that I get concerning the cattle festival.
I agree. I wish we could get back to that. Unfortunately, the carnivals are not willing to work with us.
Okay.
So some are demanding money from us, which is not how the carnival stuff works. Carnivals give us money. We don't give them money. There's.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will say this, and I've said this in other meetings, is that, you know, the Shrimp Festival, recently I attended the Shrimp Festival, and my great nieces love to ride rides. But, I mean, a band, even if you get a festival here, the bands are still $25 to $30 to cover the expense. So, I mean, how many families are going to want to put $25 to $30 for those bands too? Even after paying the festival, it's going to cost a lot of money for people to ride it. Early on, the first year that they brought it back downtown, they were having trouble with the fair, and I actually told them at the time we were very shorthanded, and I said, really, we don't have the capacity to cover the street fair. So that year, it was a blessing that it wasn't all together because we didn't have the security to cover it. I think that situation has improved, especially sitting in that meeting today with so much cooperation between the police department and APD willing to work together. So I don't think that's the problem anymore, but the problem is that the fairs do not want to work with the association, as far as I understand.
And it's not just us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other festivals in Louisiana that are losing the carnival.
Yeah.
But we're proud to say that we offer a free kids area in place of a carnival. So we've extended our kids area this year. We have a lot more, so it's free.
Except for they have a bull.
Except for the mechanical bull.
You have to pay for that, but they have like.
They're gonna have the train ride, they're gonna have a petting zoo, they're gonna have
ring
fun
toss.
jumps, think of it like a Mayfest for the
Down
kids.
there.
It's homemade games type of thing, they'll win prizes. It's all.
Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah.
ask because it's asked to me every year that it comes
They-
around.
They have I watched
We
them
have
work very
contacted
hard trying to get a festival.
Every single carnival in the United States. 2.5 years.
Okay, and that's on record, so, okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thank you for all the work you did, Chief. Thank you for the meeting today. I think it went well. I think we'll be well covered from a security standpoint. So, I don't know that we need we have a motion and a second, right? For the city to cover the cost, from the general fund budget for the festival. We've been doing this multiple years to help them get back. I think it's a great idea. Thank you for suggesting it. I will ask for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, to authorize the mayor to execute the fiscal agency agreement between the City of Abbeville, Bank of Abbeville, and Trust Company and Gulf Coast Bank for a 2-year term beginning October 1st, 2025 and ending on September 30th, 2027.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions or comments? This is just a general thing. We have to do it every year. I guess now we're gonna have to do it every 2 years. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, to authorize the mayor to execute all documents pertaining to the agreement between the City of Abbeville and the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development relative to the construct hangar development area project at the airport.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, to approve the quotes from Auto Go Transmission in the amount of $7,300 $50 to change out the transmission on 649 and the amount of $5,500 to change out the transmission on unit 626. Chief Mike Hardy.
Yes, what we did is I called and got quotes from 3 different locations. These were the lowest quotes. The quote on the 2020 Ford pickup truck, the lowest one was $7,350. The next one was about $8,300, and the next one was almost $9,000. We got quotes on the transmission on the Explorer. The lowest was $5,500. That's that Auto Good transmission here in Abbeville. And they went up to like 7,000 plus for the other quotes.
Chief, one of the units, I think I saw it had less than 60,000 miles and we're needing a new transmission.
I don't think it's a little bit over 60.
Do you have it with you? I can bring that paper.
67 maybe?
The 649, one of the units?
Yes, that's one of those.
64,781. And he's a new transmission.
New transmission, yes.
I hope you have a discussion with whoever's driving it.
Oh, yes. They said it's not necessarily the driver. Sometimes it's just the transmissions from the factory. You get one that does that. And I asked him, I said, is there something we're doing wrong? He says, no. He says, they just happen. I've seen worse, he said. So that's why I got 3 quotes on each one of them, though. I thought.
And is either one of these vehicles the ones that we're going to consider when we pick up Enterprise?
No, these are 2 of them that we plan on keeping.
Okay. All right.
I move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other questions or comments for Chief?
Still think we need driver training.
Well, you're going to think that more in a minute, but all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, to ratify, it's a no business. To ratify invoices from Luke Desatel Construction in the amount of $2,400 and Red River Pump Specialists in the amount of $5,475 for repairs to the North Abbeville lift station.
Second.
Motion and a second. Chris, you want to cover this briefly?
This is North Abbeville. We have a lot of trouble there with trash that enters our pumps from a subdivision in a rehab center. I approached the rehab center. The manager is trying to straighten out their problem. The subdivision, the manager has been trying to straighten out that problem too.
And Chris, have you offered screens?
It cost us $200,000 to put a screen in on a substation that the lift station, that the base is faltering.
Yeah.
It was poorly constructed, should have never been accepted in its condition, built the way it was built. I have a lot of opinions about that. But what I think we should do is look at legally if we can mandate that they put screens on their side.
Right, so the conversation was the manager. Naturally, I'll get advice from the attorney first, but sometime I have to say what I have to say, right? And that was one of the options, is that the sewer line gets cut.
Screen and a clean out.
Yeah, and they maintain it themselves, you know? It's bad. And pumps are not cheap. There's 2 of them in that hole.
And especially with what you said, that is not supposed to go down a sewer.
Right, yeah, you wouldn't imagine moving full out of there. That's not supposed to be in a sewer. And it gets its way to the pumps.
Basketball, soccer balls.
Barbie dolls, blue gloves, weaves.
Wipes that people use that they say are disposable, but they're not.
We're on camera, right?
Yes.
There's no such thing as flushable wipes.
That's the truth.
And we ought to be able to sue the manufacturers for the damage they cause.
No such thing as a flushable wipe. They get caught up in the.
And I don't believe in lawsuits.
Chopper of
That's
the
when
pump.
it should come.
So, and then to protect the other pump, we had to pump out that tank because all the debris settles on the bottom of it because there's no basket screens in there. So we had to pump it out. We had to call a company to come in and pump out. And even after the pump out, we're still getting pumps clogged.
Every
so
day.
there's still some stuff in the lines that are coming our way.
Every day.
So, yeah. I mean, the guys, it's a constant battle every morning. You know, that's
I'm
what
not saying it, but
I've seen the guy send me pictures from my district.
Yeah.
Basketballs,
Right.
a little bit of everything.
So I think we had designed a redo of that pump station, right, Todd? But we're just waiting on some other things to happen to maybe go after some more money to get that done. So, any other questions about that?
Todd, I don't know if you have the ability to look into if there is anything through LDH that can allow us to require them to put baskets on their end. Do you know anything? No,
Not aware of it.
not in your experience. Okay.
Was that the same
Kim,
thing?
Kim, do you know?
No.
Was that the same problem we had at Maison du Monde a while back?
We still have that problem at Maison du Monde, to be honest with you. North, airport is another issue. Since Amazon opened, and the nursing home, I think the city, somebody designed some kind of little baskets they put in the road, and they had the maintenance man picking paper out of there, and he was elderly, he couldn't pick paper, nobody picks paper no more. All the design of that concrete basin with some rebar, and that's all rotted and gone. So that project didn't work. That was before my time, that project didn't work.
But most of those substations are newer substations. Lift
Lift stations?
sub, I'm sorry, lift stations are newer lift stations, right? Wouldn't they be? I mean, they're on the east side, that's the newer growth for the city.
But you typically don't put a basket in unless it's a detention facility or a place that you know you're gonna have issues with.
Yeah.
I think moving forward, it should be our standard procedure to
Yeah,
put a basket on every one.
I think these days, every lift station has those kind of problems. I mean, people don't.
Yeah, I see Kaplan fighting, every town I talk to has the same problem, mostly disposable whites, hair pieces in the, yeah.
So that's what we got going on with that.
Thank you. All right, so I think I have a motion and a second, that was discussion, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We have one more item, the item we amended the agenda, discussion and possible action pertaining to the emergency repairs of the switch at Pete Noel Electrical Substation. Stewart, you have the floor.
Yes, we have a transformer two, the switch that feeds it is one of the cylinders is going out and it's very dangerous. If we have a fault on that transformer, we can't open it up, can't shut it off, so it needs to be replaced.
Thank you, I'll move.
Second.
All right, a motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
Stuart, who do you have, to replace that
Yes.
switch or to repair?
I have the cost of the switch, I don't have the cost of the labor yet, I'm getting a company to come give me a price.
The switch is right over 26,000. I would say just 27,000. It's 26 and change just for the switch itself, but it is something that we need to hire a third party to do. And he hasn't found the right agency to do it yet. It's very critical, so.
Switch is from 1984.
It probably should have been replaced 10 years ago, but we don't replace
We
it.
haven't had any problem with it.
Yeah.
Still down.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, electrical system and water system are our focus for 2025 and 2026. So you'll hear a lot about repairs and outside money we brought in to help make those. This is going to be covered by city budget money. We're going to take it out of sales tax most likely, but we are working on a plan for some state funding that we received. And we also asked for some federal funding to start upgrading our electrical system. So we are actively working on making it better for everyone. Okay. All right, I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Old business, item number one, discussion and possible action pertaining to the leasing of vehicles from Enterprise. Chief Mike Hardy.
Yes, we dealt with Enterprise and they did confirm that they have 5 vehicles they can allocate for us. If we give them a go-ahead, and all this has been passed on to the mayor, if we give them the go-ahead, we will receive 5 new Tahoes in about 12 to 14 weeks after we order. This is the only place that I know that we have allocation that we can get. I did contact another lease company. They have none and they don't know when they will have some. So we may be looking at this time next year before we would get any new
So,
vehicles.
Chief, I'm going to state a few things. I ran the numbers, the lease note, 12 months, 5 cars, it comes to $73,439.40 annually. We have been historically appropriating about $50,000 in the sales tax budget for capital outlay for vehicles.
I think it's usually about 60,000.
So my recommendation would be for 4 vehicles, which comes to 58,751.52 for this first round. Would you be willing to go down to 4 so that we can keep it within the budget that we normally allocate?
Well, what I plan on doing, because of the age of our fleet and the mileage on our units, Enterprise is looking at our equipment just like they did the city truck.
Yeah.
And recommending we get rid of about half of them right now because of the age and the mileage.
So once we get these initial 4 ordered, we can look at.
We can look at another.
That's what we
6
did.
months or so.
We sat down, they wanted to do, 14 vehicles for the city or 12, whatever it was. We did 5 or 6. The next year we picked up a few. So I'm asking you to compromise with this.
I have no problem
4
with
vehicles.
compromising.
I also want to say that going back to I asked the chief because right after this discussion, we had two accident reports. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accidents with APD's vehicles since October of 2024. Every one of those, we're at fault with the exception of 1. So I'm gonna ask Chief that you put your more responsible drivers in these vehicles,
Oh,
and
yes,
that
ma'am.
maybe
Don't worry.
you have them actively train on how to drive. Because they are putting the city, we have some high expenses with that, and it's not just the accident, it's what comes after the accident when we're in fault, right, Chief? So I'm gonna ask that of you also, but I do have a motion, I think, in a second. Did I get the motion in a second?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to entertain a motion
I move the 58,751.
for 4 vehicles.
52 for the 4.
And it's my understanding that would put them coming in around December, January, so it would actually be your 2026 budget.
I don't think they'll come in until
Yeah.
after the first of the year, and it'll be probably 12 weeks after the first.
So what we'll do is we normally appropriate capital outlay in sales tax because the sales tax is healthier than general fund. But because it's a lease, it has to come out of general fund, so we won't put the money in capital outlay. We're gonna put the money for the vehicles in general fund because that's where it has to be paid out of.
Yes, ma'am.
You're good with that? Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
Chief, I'm gonna vote for this, but I would like for you to give us, the council, some kind of idea of a training program you'll have for the driver.
We have something that we're working on right now for, it's really for minor stuff, backing up, tires. We pay a fortune in tires every year. These guys
Eating while driving and dropping it in their lap.
What's that?
Eating while driving and dropping the food in their lap.
Right. And I've always been a supporter of you and all the officers, chief, but we have to have better safety. Fire department's running on calls, Acadian ambulance is running on calls, and here comes the NASCAR drivers, the city police flying all over the place. And I'd like to see that, that you'll be able to get them.
I have an app that we watch how they're driving. And
Focus on safety, that's correct. Thank you, chief.
Do they get any driving training at the academy?
No, they don't do the driving part at the academy. They used to, they don't do it anymore.
Do you do any kind of annual training with them or maybe every couple of years? I'm sure that course exists, like defensive and proactive driving.
Sheriff Becky Bro is building a range in St. Martinville, and we're going to participate in that one whenever he's finished with that. They did let us know about it, and we plan on bringing our guys over there.
Are there any write-ups when they're the ones?
Yes, we have an accident review board tomorrow.
Okay,
One of the officers is looking at a little bit of time off,
okay.
more than a little bit of time.
Okay, Chief. So I have a motion and a second. Any other questions for Chief? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Chief, I'll execute the agreement, have them bring it to the so they can go ahead and place them on order. Okay?
Thank you, Willa.
You're welcome. All right, that's it for items of old and new business. We're gonna move on to departmental reports. Departmental reports and updates. Engineers, Todd? Kim? Okay, attorney, I think Bart, he stepped off a phone call. I don't know if he's still here, but he never has anything. Public Works Director?
All right, as you can see, we repaired the fountain and the gazebo. trying to keep the same style that the gazebo was. To repair the rot in the roof, and it happened to be some shingles that were bad. So they were completing that possibly while the meeting's going on. So we're getting ready for Sounds on the Square Thursday. We're getting ready for Unique for You, and it's all the park crew doing this. Okay, road patching is done. He finished his last week on Friday, I think. Tree trimming's done. Stuart had a group of guys out here trimming high power line, so that's done. They're gone. We released them, and we're working on a lot of other events that are coming to town. So it's the same guys that do this. The park crew mainly, but the street and bridge is going to help out to get some of this ready. We got a lot of parades fixing to take place. So that's about all I have for now.
Chris, please thank Paul, Josh, Jatera. They've been doing an outstanding job.
And we're getting ready to replant for the season. It's just a little too early right now. Okay. That's it.
All right. Byron, Parks and Rec.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Byron. How are you?
I'm doing great. You?
I'm good.
Was that Abbeville High School shirt?
What's that?
I said, where's that Abbeville High shirt?
Actually, I collect from every team in the parish. So,
You're at the wrong meeting. I didn't tell you where you were going. No, I'm just joking. I'm totally joking.
Well, okay, thanks.
so we're gonna begin the Abbeville Parks and Rec QSA Flag Football NFL Flag Football League games starting September 29th. We're gonna do games on Monday and Tuesdays every week through the Tuesday before Halloween. Biddy basketball registration will start on September 19th and go through November 1st. And on the baseball side, we are scheduled for a fall baseball tournament October 18th and 19th, and currently 35 teams are signed up. So that is our report right now. And any questions?
I have a question. You said your flag football's on Tuesdays beginning when?
Monday and Tuesday.
Monday. Okay, but Tuesday. So Tuesday on October 7th, it's not on the agenda. We haven't talked about it. It might be in my slides, but we had a meeting today. They're going to do a national night out. VPSO, APD is going to participate, the fire department, state police. It's going to be done on battlefield. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. If you have games that night, that hopefully in between they can go over and see all the public safety employees. It would be great. It is the night of our city council meeting. I told them that the city council, we have a meeting. We probably won't be able to attend, but maybe we can keep the agenda short so we can all join them after the meeting.
Good.
So, all right. Anything else, Byron?
Great job, you and Kristen.
Thank you, sir.
All right, me.
Thank you.
I'm going to run through these and then I have a couple things to say and that'll be it. Thursday, September 18th, Sounds on the Square, Clara Ray. That's this Thursday. And that begins at 6 p.m., 6 to 8 is the music. Clara Ray is from the Monroe area, and she was in the top 20 for American Idol. She sounds a little like Janis Joplin, so she's kind of, I guess, old blues, old soul music. Young girl, though. I wasn't aware of her, but somebody brought my attention to her, and we assigned her name. Saturday, September 20th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Weekly Youth Special Needs Community Event hosted by BRG, and we're a co-host on that. Looking forward to it. It's at AA Como Park. Even if you don't have kids, it's still a beautiful event if you want to come out there. It is a shortened schedule. It's normally a much longer day, but they're only doing it from 11 to 1. But it is great to see the kids have fun and everybody interacting with each other. Saturday, September 20th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Cruising for a Cure car show, County Agent Parking Lot, 1105 West Port Street. Sunday, September 21st, TNT Sickle Cell Riders at the Red Barn, 2901 Rodeo Road. So that's a trail ride and music, right? Yes. I think I saw they have
Rusty Matoy.
So they'll probably have a big turnout. Thursday, September 25th, Sounds on the Square, Jake Knott and the Underwood Wounds. That is country music. Saturday, September 27th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., Ms. Peanut's Snowy Treats Car Show. That's gonna be a fun one on the boulevard. That's at Mrs. Peanut's, the old specialty.
Donaldson Boulevard.
On Donaldson Boulevard. It's on the boulevard itself. We're gonna clean it up and close off the boulevard for the car show.
She has Bluebell ice cream.
And then, October 3rd to the 5th, the Cattle Festival and the parade will be Saturday, October 4th at 2 p.m. And as Miss Karen said, the events start on Friday at 6. Friday at
6:30 is opening ceremonies at 6:30, and the entertainment begins at 7.
And then all day Saturday and Sunday, everything wraps up at 2:30. Okay? That's it for events. I do have a couple short things I want to say.
This is the night out, real quick if you.
Oh, yeah, okay, I didn't know you had this. This is the national night out that we discussed today. The sheriff's office is kind of organizing it, but inviting all the public safety agencies. And it is on October 7th, 5 to 7 at Battlefield at a Como, free event, music, food, ice cream. I think state police will have a bike, and then we'll have units from all the different policing agencies, and be a nice event. Helping to co-sponsor that, so. The couple things I wanted to cover, electrical department will be very busy with projects starting this week and moving on. So I just want to ask everyone's patience. We have a lot of, people calling streetlights. We try to get to them as soon as possible. But our priorities right now is we've been needing to do this work at Allen Lane, underground in the utilities, because of all the wooded area that causes outages. We had to wait for dry weather. We think now is the window, so they're going to prioritize that, try to get that done. We have to set up all these festivals, and then we're also having our team help BPSO roll out fiber lines for new crime cameras. So in the next couple months, the electrical team will be very busy with the tasking of what they're doing on these special projects. So please be patient. We will do street lights, but they might not be done every day like we normally do. We're going to pace them out as we can to get these other projects knocked out that we really need to do. And then we roll it into Christmas, which we all know takes a lot of time for them to make sure all the lights are on. So we ask for everybody's patience. Events I just covered. I just want to say something quickly. I don't want to dive into it and go into it a lot, but I was dealing with a blatantly false post about the American flags and the not lowering the flags in the city. And I ask you to use your brain and a little compassion before you share things on social media. The post was completely false and blatantly false, actually. And I did have a discussion with the fire chief about why the order wasn't followed to lower the flag. And the reason is because our officers who were dealing with, our fire department was dealing with a very tragic accident that happened that morning. The command was given, but sometimes you have to prioritize life-saving actions and other calls beyond that. So give some grace to people. It's never that they're trying to directly disobey any order. We have a lot of fires. I mean, that pun intended. We have a lot of fires we put out on a daily basis, and sometimes they don't get to an order. It was not intentional by the fire departments. We had given the order. We had passed it on. They had much more important things they had to deal with on the day that the picture was taken. So I'm asking you, before you share things on social media, talk to someone and check the facts and make sure whatever you're sharing is right, because it caused a lot of people to be upset. I know there was another post that went out today about something completely different. We accomplish a lot more by talking to each other than we do by complaining on Facebook. So I just want to say that. I think it's important. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then I wanted to tell y'all we made a lot of progress on an ordinance that we're going to be proposing. I think I've talked about this before, but I hope to have it first introduced at the next meeting about a minimum standard of living that I'm asking the council to look at and adopt for residential and commercial properties, that's going to directly state that we will not turn on power to houses or to commercial properties without an inspection. And that inspection is going to say if you have a hole in the roof, a hole in the floor, if you have blocked ingress, egress, windows screwed shut and can't open in a commercial or a multifamily building. There's a lot of thought that has gone into it. I think it's in the best interest of all residents of Abbeville that we start holding property owners accountable and we restrict utilities to properties that are repeatedly in violation of code violations and life safety hazards for the city of Abbeville. So it's been a long time coming. I will present that to y'all next week, give you some time to give feedback before we bring it back for proper adoption, consideration and adoption. But that is coming fast and furious for you guys. We've been working on it. Thank you for Chris and the team and, you know, all the public works team and the city team who have participated helping with that. This is not a question and answer, but I will allow you to make your statement. Go ahead.
I just needed some clarification when you said about flying the flag at half staff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand for who.
There was an order by the president and there was an order by the governor.
Okay.
They put out orders to let, when we need to lower, when everybody should lower their flags to half staff. Actually, the governor and the presidential order this time did not match. One said to a certain date, one said to the other. The one we shared was the presidential order. So when a presidential or the governor orders flags at half staff, they don't send it to us. We don't get a direct message. We have to hear about it on the news or read about it. You know, actually, I want Christian to work on getting a sign up where it goes straight to her so she can share it.
Okay.
But when we are aware of it, we follow the orders, right? And we pass it on to our team to follow the orders. So that's who it's at. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it for me. Y'all have any questions for me, council, before we move on? No? Okay, moving on. Police Chief Mike Hardy.
Yes, ma'am. In keeping up with us bringing back the patrolman first class classification in civil service, we're in the second step. They sent me a letter to look at, description of the job that patrolman first class do. It looks good so far. I am changing just a few things, but this is moving along. We should have the PFC classification set up before December.
Okay, and it'll need to
go back to state
it
examiner.
needs to come to us to look at, let me look at it, us look at it. It'll go to states, to local civil service first. I think you work with the state to do it, right, Chief?
Yes, ma'am. It's through the office of state examiner.
What we found out is we don't even have a class. We've been promoting people to police officer for first class, and that position does not exist. So they need to fix that, and he is working on it. His department's working on it, okay? All right, anything else? Nope, fire chief. Is Chief Jude here? Oh, you here?
Chief Jude wasn't able to make it this evening, but he did not have any topics to pass on to you guys. Any questions or concerns?
Acting Chief Doris Longwithing. Any questions or comments for Doris?
Everything's good, Doris. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Especially the fishing. Congratulate your wife on that big drum she caught. She caught a drum in the Humboldt Canal, and I was like, this has got to be a fake picture. Well done. She impresses me with her fishing skills. One day I'm going to go fishing with her. That's it. We're going to move on topics for discussion. Council members. Councilman Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to thank Ms. Mitchell and Ms. Cochran and Ms. St. Julian for being active citizens in the community. We need more of that. Although we're not on the same page, I think y'all are doing a great job for the city of Abbeville. And this is National Hispanic Month, so I just wish my Hispanic friends a happy month and keep the good work that some of them are doing in the community. That's all I have.
I agree. I think we need more active citizens, and we need them to pay attention to more than just the city of Abbeville, because there's other agencies that I think could use some visits too, right?
Well,
I'm not saying about that issue, but I'm just saying, if y'all want, there's plenty of work to go around. Right? But active citizens do make better government.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay, good. Councilwoman Broussard.
Yes, this actually has just a small brief comment, nothing to do with the city of Abbeville. I'm just troubled with the direction of the United States of America as a whole. And tonight I ask each individual that Pledge of Allegiance, that sing God Bless America. Well, tonight we need to pray for the United States of America. We need to especially pray for our leaders in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Councilman Broussard.
Save the date. The mayor covered so many things in our active fall, but please remember, October 10th, we have a big old celebration downtown. 2 p.m., the Abbeville High Homecoming Parade starts, and Vermilion Catholic follows that immediately after. Friday, October 10th, downtown. Hope you can attend. Both those schools do a great job in our community, and they're celebrating homecoming that weekend.
October 11th.
10th, October
11th.
10th.
What about the October 11th?
Oh,
And the Grand Reveille, come eat a great seafood gumbo, Barry Toops, and fresh oysters by David Bertrand, and some gelatos and
Music, good music.
And music. Thank you.
And the French immersion.
Yeah.
And the French immersion, the Lavoie kids are gonna be there talking and playing their French beauty. So hope you see, I've mentioned before, we have the mayor of Paris, France coming, and it's gonna be delicious, and it's gonna be a wonderful day until 4 p.m. that day in the square.
I neglected to say this earlier, and I'm gonna just say, on Friday, there was a tragic accident that greatly impacts this city. 2 members of our community. I ask that you pray for the soul of former VPSO officer Charles Campbell, great guy. Charles Levine, my bad. Charles Levine, yes, he was a great guy. I know he always brightened my day. I know many of you have the same thoughts, and so pray for him, pray for his family. Please pray for Landon Romero, the young gentleman that was also involved in the accident, who is fighting and has a very, very hard and long road of recovery ahead of him, and his family for strength to get him through it. So it's moments like that that make us realize what's really important in our community. So I just ask that you keep them all in your prayers. Councilman Blazos.
Thank you, Mayor. That's what I was going to say, and I really appreciate those comments. You're right. Landon has a long struggle ahead. We pray for him. I had a couple of things, just very briefly. I want to mention something that I think we take for granted. When the power goes off, of course, we start getting phone calls, but when the power goes off, Stuart and his crew is out there just about immediately. We are very, very fortunate to have our electrical crew, and Stuart, I want to thank you in particular, seeing that they get out there as soon as possible, and it's very, very efficient. And the last thing, I just want to wish our Public Works Director happy birthday today. Happy birthday, Chris. Thank you for all your support.
I got you a meeting for your birthday. Good job. Happy birthday. Thank you. I didn't have it on my calendar.
28 today, Chris.
Yeah. That was good. I don't have anything.
Meeting adjourned.